Hi everyone, hello to all of you and very welcome to this session. Please let me know if I'm properly audible and visible to all of you. So this is the third part of our series. Okay, we are continuing with some questions which are top 100 questions concept wise of each type. So today we are going to do some error detection and sentence correction questions in the same manner. For those who are watching me for the first time, my name is Niharika John Mehra and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. You will find many of my sessions here on this channel and also on our main channel, which is CGB Mentors. Okay, now classes on this channel and on the Mentors channel, we have 1:30 p.m. classes, which are practice classes. On this channel, classes are on the Mentors one. Classes are Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And we are covering EPFO practice here. And here on this channel, classes are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, where we are taking top 100 of every type. 8 p.m. on this channel, I am taking an editorial analysis, and I hope and I have seen students improving, so I hope that more students can uh, get benefited from that one. So 8 p.m. editorial analysis on our main channel, CGB Mentors. Okay, good afternoon and welcome once again. जल्दी से like और share कर दीजिए. We will start with our practice, and whatever concept is there, grammar rule is applied in the question part or maybe some specific rule in the correction part. I am going to take you through the revision of that rule through the question or the answer of the question. Okay, so stay prepared for that also. Once again, like or share kar do fatafat. Let's start. Pado, there is instruction clearly mentioned what you are supposed to be doing. B and D are the parts with error. Of course, if there is error, it will be in more than one part, which is very clear from the instruction of the question. In the past, RBI has not been keen on doing what on linking LIC with banks, anticipating risks in case things go somewhere. So in case things go haywire, actually एक phrase भी है, पर with case नहीं होगा, so there is an issue of preposition. Things go haywire for the insurer, but the current proposal has yet to come. No, it is yet to come. So second error was related to verb, the correct use of verb. When you want to use has alone or have alone for past had alone as main verb, this gives you the sense of ownership. She has all the happiness in the world. They have their own apartment. He had a Mercedes. तो वहां पे किसी के पास कुछ होने का सेंस होता है, then we use these verbs as main verbs. But यहाँ पे तो वो केस नहीं है. So D and B. Answer here in the chat. B and E. The option. While Europe has already begun, has verb third form. What? Sharing foreign client details on what? On evidence of what? Of wrongdoing provided by India. By है ना? So provide by India, I cannot go ahead and say. So the correct word was provided. That means B had error. That eliminates three options. And some other countries, other takes plural. It has agreed to do what? To further expand. What? Its cooperation. On what? India's fight against black money with a new pact, not on a new pact, because नए pact के ऊपर fight against black money नहीं हो रहा है, you know. So that's why on as a preposition makes no sense here. So it is fight against black money along with something, along with a new pact, with a new pact for exchange. Once again, make sure to like and share. Also, carefully read the sentence and answer here in the chat. When I explain, you must revise the rules, okay? Answer to this one is C. The humanoid robots, adjective noun, would be introduced because किसी और के द्वारा. In Delhi airport, because airport के parameters के अंदर होंगे, right? So in is correct. On a trial basis, on an experimental basis, on some basis. So that's the phrase. Again, with is wrong. B has error. Again, you have just in this, you know that C is the answer. If the passengers take what? A liking to. Taking a liking. That means you like something. You are inclined towards that thing. So the phrase goes like, it goes like this. Take a liking to something. to the new service, then फिर we would, we should means we have to do it. It is an obligation, which is not the case here. तो यहाँ पे आएगा then we would progressively increase the numbers, said the official. So would आएगा, correct use of modal verbs was what we wanted to see. Answer here in the chat, guys. Those who have joined late, that's okay. Just make sure to like and share. A&D. The union cabinet chaired by PM. Chair by nahi hoga because again we third form as adjective. What kind of cabinet? That is chaired by PM. Okay. So cabinet has approved the signing of a MOU between India and Saudi on cooperation in what? In the field of healthcare, and the group will के साथ has तो कैसे आएगा? That is not even a possibility. If I'm going to use will, I will use have with it, right? So has was absolutely wrong. Will be set up. Okay, so be was the right word to be used between these two words. For what? Set up to elaborate the details of what cooperation and to oversee implementation. A कैसे मिस कर गया? Chair by क्या होता है? It's like chair by Nilkamals. That it would mean that it will mean the literal chair, noun wala chair, by the company. So that is not, of course, what we are saying there. B and E. No, Chandan, let's not say V3 by. It's not going to be always the case. It could be any other thing also, hai na? That is not what we wanted to say. In the previous question, we needed verb third form as adjective. How to connect cabinet and PM? The cabinet that is chaired by. That's why we are using verb third form as adjective in that case. Coming to this one, USSR has been banned from what? From competing. Of course, B में error है, 3 option out. From competing at next year's Olympics. By whom? By the Olympic Committee. Hardly you will find there is any error given in any names. Proper nouns में error नहीं होते in error detection question. But Russian athletes who can prove Because athletes is there, they is correct. They are clean. Would be, verb third form, would be allowed to compete. So B and E. सेंटेंस करेक्शन क्वेश्चंस, पॉइंट ऑफ डिफरेंस को फॉलो करोगे आप लोग. No correction required. I'll give less time. I just give lengthier time because I thought you will be reading instruction as well. Okay. The next question onwards, less time. Living conditions of a majority of elderly population who are working or have worked in informal sector. Are we are talking about the living conditions are, makes sense, a matter, okay, of concern, serious concern. इस तो आने से रहा, एंड मैटर अपने आप में गलत है. अ मैटर फॉर नहीं, अ मैटर अपने आप में किसी का है. Answer to this one is second one, B option. The BIS has specified certain limited, of course wrong, certain restrictions, correct, with respect to the presence for, इधर आके गलती हो गई. Limits, barriers, restrictions, all three words are completely fine to be used. But the thing is, यहाँ पे आगे भी तो make sense होना चाहिए. So limits to the presence of. Present is an adjective. Hence, this made third option wrong. So it's not gonna be, entirely funky thing that you will get in the option. There would be just one word, a small article maybe, or just a small preposition that's making that option wrong. I'll explain once again. Answer this one. Okay. So the previous question, student has asked why limited wrong. Certain limited things. Now limited can act as verb or it can act as verb third as adjective. But both the cases are not valid here. I'm using a preposition, so I need a noun now. Certain what? Certain limits of presence, certain restrictions of presence, certain barriers. So noun nahi hai na, wo limited. That's why it is wrong. In this one, despite being a benchmark toward agricultural growth during the Green Revolution, agriculture in Punjab is be undergo, ये अपने आप में गलत है, super wrong, is going through a stage of declining. Makes sense? Stage of something and it is going through. Had undergoing अपने आप में wrong है because had cannot use verb in ing form after it as main verb. Is undergoing, you can say that, a phase, stage, phase, a period, all words were okay, of declining. Answer to this one is second one. Okay. So seldom has a ruling party at the center invested its resources and energies, कोई word make sense नहीं कर रहा है, some intensively on. Now everything here is wrong, so no correction out. Energies so intensively, energies को spend करना has a ruling and energies जो है invest करी गई, so intensively कैसे invest करी गई in a state election में. So we wanted in, we wanted adverb and we wanted the right noun. Is the answer. Though in 1970s there was some expectation of increase, no one had expected such a massive increase. Increasing नहीं आएगा, increase सही है. That precipitates the world. Now here that resulted in a world economic recession makes sense. That precipitated, because though in early 70s there was something no one had expected, So precipitates कैसे आएगा? यहाँ पे simple tense आ नहीं सकता ना, because of the other things in past. Okay, and reference of past time. Increase that precipitated a world economic recession. Next one, these are the smaller questions. Resulted in, after a lot of stages, it ended in a way that is precipitated in the context of sentence. Answer is C. None of the boys present in the class has, by the way, none of here will take a singular word, textbook, but the class teacher is completely indifferent to this fact. Teacher didn't react, she's cool about it. So if you use indifferent as adjectives, you use to, and then you talk about the thing जिसके लिए you don't have any issue, any passion, any emotion, like positive or negative, any emotion. He is indifferent to people who die in accidents. He doesn't care. That is a negative thing altogether, but that's how it is. Answer to this one is B. The government claims, देखो claimed हो सकता था for something in past. Claimed. Claimer तो नहीं होगा. To be launched, na, no one can launch government. This cannot be in passive voice, right? So this is wrong. Claimed to be launched, wrong for the same reason. Claimed to had been launched, unnecessary complex. To have launched, launch करने का काम गवर्नमेंट का है. So government claims to have launched the lab. In some questions, you don't need to even read the further sentence because correction is to be done in the first part itself. Sometimes the questions can be tricky. They may require us to read everything till end so that we reach to a specific answer, like confidently reach to that answer. Okay. So in that case, you read everything. But if such a question comes this simple, you know, you don't need to waste time in reading everything till the end. Pardon me, guys, I'm having some throat trouble. Answer to this one is no replacement needed. Even as the US gets what set. Usually when you use this structure get or gets, we use verb form to talk about what exactly we get to do. Okay, so the class gets started at 1:30 p.m. Okay, the class gets started. Gets set is for that reason. So even the US gets set to roll back laws protecting net neutrality. Something happened. First of all, get plans to roll out. Now, when you say roll out, it means to start a new rule or to implement something that you have put on papers first. That means no, nothing here, no meaning here. Lends no meaning here. Say roll around का meaning नहीं है. Okay, roll back. Take it takes back laws protecting net neutrality. Now, TRAI released comprehensive recommendations in support of it. So, yeah. Condition, this is a conditional sentence. And the answer here is D. So if I'm able to make this point in front of the jury, they will see. Second part, the supposed result here. It is in future indefinite or simple future tense. Means this is type 1 conditional. That means with if I'm going to use simple present tense or present indefinite tense. One and the same thing. Okay. Answer is definitely A. Whenever you use married or the word engage, then you use to. Okay. So marry is married with nahi hoga. We don't translate that say in English. It is always to, which is a fixed preposition in this such cases. So I am married to a software engineer. She is married to or engaged to a sports person or whatever. Standard rule is others. I mean, it doesn't even need more explanation. Let's get to the next one. Answer is second and third. The staggering impact of pandemic cannot be addressed with a token sum, but it nevertheless provides immediate succinct. Immediate succinct क्या होता है? यही गलत है. But सब जगह कॉमन है, दैट मीन्स उसके बारे में वरी नहीं करना है. बट इट इज कंसीडर्ड एज प्रोविडेंस. कंसीडर अपने साथ एज नहीं लेता, but it still supplies instant relief to someone. But having said that, it lends a helping hand to someone. So, second and the third one. Consider doesn't take as after it. Standard rule again, huh? Just as it is, learn kar lo. Don't think and worry a lot about it. No correction needed. Submarines can be great levelers in scenarios given their range, ABCD. And with submarines, these factors are multiplied further, enabling longer operational periods. So, nuclear submarines versus the normal submarines. That's why longer makes sense here. So, enabling longer operational periods. Facing the brunt of ये कहाँ से अचानक आ गया China's intimidation. No such information is to be added here. Given the natural geographic advantages, हम तो पहले से ही given की बात कर रहे हैं. So again given के अंदर एक और given बोलना. Only cleared the decks for the project. बहुत ही irrelevant से 3 options थे. So of course answer हो नहीं सकता था. Okay. So at all other times, it has remained a critical check, ensuring that it does not detain individuals except in accordance to law, individuals except remaining within the boundary, except in accordance with law. So to nahi aayega, with aana tha, accord nahi aayega, and remaining within the boundary gives you except remaining. Actually, this gives you incomplete sense. That's why we cannot go with the first one as well. Have you option written in? No, that's not the case. It took an assertive Supreme Court to pursue a reluctant center and in welcome turn of events. We need to read more. So it took an assertive Supreme Court to do what? Or it took the court to do what? In pursuit of center, to persuade. Now here is the correct form of verb that we want. किसी को push करना, force करना, persuade करना, just through the words. So Supreme Court can do that, and in a welcome turn of events, something happened. So yeah, hold on. Answer is first and the third one. The years long battle against the pipeline expansion is to make way for this. Is pumped with new urgency as PM did something, so makes sense. Is creating stress with many communities, that also makes sense. But does it make sense in the whole context? So the battle is creating stress within many communities as PM and US President plan to hold a climate summit. Why is this related to creating stress? That's the reason. Grammatically it can come, but meaning contextually it cannot. Beginning a new wave of action. So climate summit next month can be a reason for beginning a new wave of action, and that's why third and the first are correct. Okay. Sometimes grammatically more than one option can be used, can come, but then you have to read the whole sentence as I was mentioning earlier, और फिर आप चेक करते हो कि contextually क्या वो सही है कि नहीं. So it has to be both the ways. Okay, चलो. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for attending the session. We'll meet at 8 o'clock in the evening for editorial analysis on CGP Mentors. If you want PDFs of classes that we have on YouTube, not just my subject but other subjects as well, make sure to join our Telegram. Link is in the description below. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.